My head once sported long, thick hunks of many-colored hairs. Thanks to my mother, the base was deep brown. My father, not to be outdone, contributed his own genetic calling card, red highlights. He once featured his own carrot top in a pompadour of dizzying height. Biology added to this mix a smattering of blonde wisps and even occasional flashes of white if the sun was at just the right angle. The result, most agreed, was that I had quite a good head of hair. Obviously, I take zero credit for this. It was strictly the result of heredity, like a talent for acrostics or an extra pinky toe. I was barely past 40 when the grays sprouted, and not in that hip Susan Sontag, I am an intellectual, white stripe kind of way. Mine was much more Wicked Witch of the West. But did I grumble and complain? Did I surreptitiously pick individual wiry strands from my scalp? Did I flout my foremother's disdain for hair dye and run for the Lady Clairol? I did not. No, if anything, just the opposite. It was inadvertent at first. My beau and I were looking forward to that year's Clearwater Music Festival, and the lady selling us the tickets asked him, then aged 55, if he wanted the senior price. He did. They were a good 40% cheaper. I, more than a decade his junior, smiled up at her and said kiddingly, "What about me? Can I have a senior ticket too?" She eyed me suspiciously, and then with a conspiratorial wink, she said, "Honey, if you want to call yourself a senior, I will sell you that ticket." Pete Seeger never sounded so good. Then it happened again. We were off to take ballroom dancing at the Riverdale Community Center. 10 classes, $200, over 55, you get a 20% discount. The registrar didn't even blink when I checked off the senior box. Afterwards, with Love Is Here to Stay swirling in our heads, we foxtrotted our way down to the local Italian joint and spent our savings on grilled calamari. After we split up, I figured that without him as cover, my little ruse would have to come to an end. But no, my abundant gray continued to offer me completely unexpected entree to a whole new world. I learned that seniors have special days at the grocery store, the drugstore, even the phone store, all clamoring for my discounted dollars. I was dumbfounded, but also emboldened, and no one ever questioned me, not once. Not the young girl at the Cinema Village movie theater, despite a huge sign demanding that seniors show proof of age, or even the not-so-young ticket sellers at Penn Station, and not just New Jersey Transit, Amtrak too. Not a single museum staffer ever balked at my "senior ticket, please" request. It was all such a lark in the beginning, but then it dawned on me. This was something more. This was revolutionary. Hair as subversion. You know that offensive old canard about little old gray-haired ladies and their alleged dottiness? That was my secret weapon. I was flipping the script on ageism and making it pay. Who knew that my hair would be my ticket to rebellion against our youth-obsessed culture? So, I was having a pretty good time while all of this lasted, but eventually I aged out, or rather aged in. I now legitimately qualify for every AARP discount, but my hair was not done with me. Grown way out and even grayer during the pandemic, it was still my defining feature. Well, that and my bicycle, a vintage 1970s Huffy, one speed, bright blue fenders, a large wicker basket. It was my main pandemic transport, all that wind and sun, and was a perfect antidote to the lurking COVID germs. And what a joy to fly down those empty avenues that offered respite as well to walkers and joggers and small masked groups in their little people pods. All of us desperate to get out of the house and craving human contact. Every now and then, as I pedaled by, at a safe social distance, of course, I'd hear, "Oh, look, there's the Wicked Witch. Hey, what'd you do with Dorothy? Where's Toto?" And then they start to chant, do 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 do. And I just smile, happy to play along and channel another fictitious elder, all the while reveling in the feel of my long silver locks flying out behind me.